Do you know what? Despite, wait this, Ray, the stat, peppering West Ham's goal with 25 attempts, City could not find a breakthrough as the host claimed a famous win to advance to Saturday's quarterfinals. West Ham coach Stuart Pearce was speaking after the game. There's another one we started off his career again, didn't we, Pearcey? Was speaking after the game. It was full of praise for Hammer's boss, Davy Moyes.
You've got to turn around and say, for a start, 60-odd thousand people have turned up, for this round of the Carabao Cup. It's a great recommendation for this football club. I think it's all there to see sort of probably the togetherness that the club showed tonight, from the terraces. And I've got to say the manager, who's closing in on 1,000 matches now, has developed that togetherness amongst the group. And we had to be resilient tonight, but I think in the end we got over the line. City are a fantastic football club, aren't they, with wonderful riches on the pitch, but we're resilient and we made a few changes, and we're pleased to be through in the cup.
Yeah, well done, Stuart.
Yeah,
nearly 1,000 games for David Moyes. Have a guess who's managed 600 times more.
Who?
Have a guess who's managed 600 times more than David.
What now?
Well, David's coming up to 1,000.
Is he 1,000?
Yeah. Have a guess who's done 600 more than David.
Sir Alex?
Neil Warnock.
Oh, is he?
You'll hear about that soon.
That's frightening.
By the way, West Ham, we have to say, fantastic. And are they going to have the biggest stadium in London soon?
I think it's definitely getting... they've had the planning permission, haven't they?
It's
for
amazing.
Another, I think, 62 and a half, is it? It's going to be pushed up
isn't
to.
it?
Well, I think they done a deal last night, didn't they, with kids getting in for £1. Which was great because it's half-term holiday. All the kids can go. They haven't got to get up in the morning. So I'm sure there was lots of kids there last night.
Do you know what I found funny, Ray? When we first started getting in the roads down at Shenfield, there was like 2 West Ham fans. Now there's 42. Now there's 42.
They come out of the woodwork.
For more on West Ham making the last 8, we're joined now by talkSPORT's The Moose, who was at the London Stadium last night. So, Moose, all of a sudden you missed the Bowl In, but now the new stadium's great.
Well, it's like, good morning, Al. Good morning, Ray.
Moose.
It's like everything else. When results go your way, you forget about anything you didn't like before. And at the moment, I have to say that David Moyes is just doing a job which is utterly fantastic. I mean,
I heard you the other night, Moose. The noisiest stadium in London, and it's soon going to be the biggest.
It is going to be the biggest, 62,500. I mean, it just makes a complete folly of the decision that the owners made when they sacked David Moyes, didn't renew his contract, and brought in Manuel Pellegrini. And you think where West Ham are now, if they'd have just stuck with David Moyes then, how far even further down the line West Ham could have been if they'd have just believed in the manager in the first place. But he is doing an incredible job, an absolutely incredible job, and right from back to front. You could pick out players who he's either bought in or he's improved. I mean, look at Alphonse Areola last night. Right, listen, that was an obvious signing. You saw what he could do at Fulham last year. I thought he was brilliant last night. His save from John Stones was terrific from point blank range. The kid who plays at right back at the moment, as Soufal is injured, Ben Johnson. Every time he's been on the pitch this season and started a game, West Ham haven't conceded a goal. I think that's 8 or 9 games this year that he's featured in. And then obviously moving forward through Declan Rice, who's now the club captain, didn't play last night, wasn't even on the bench last night. Ditto Mikel Antonio. So, you look at the signings, Soufal, Ben Rama, Souček, it's just been a terrific success story for David Moyes, who, by his own admission, when he first came back to West Ham, was there to rebuild his reputation after Sunderland and Real Sociedad. Well, he's done that in spades now. And I'll just put this question out. How many people waking up in Manchester this morning on the red side just wish they'd have stuck with David Moyes and given him a chance?
And I also look at the transfer window moves. Maybe they need another striker, West Ham.
Definitely.
Because obviously Antonio, you never know how long he's going to keep fit. If he's fit for the whole season, then I'm sure West Ham will be right up there. But if they can get another striker in as well, and I'm sure the board must be saying, well, look, come on, let's back him now. We're doing really well in there. We're in the quarterfinals Carabao Cup. We're in a good position in Europa League. We're sitting 4th in the league, Premier League. So there's the money, David. Go and get a striker you need, and hopefully we can continue to the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, listen, from what I understand, having had conversations, not buying a striker in the summer wasn't because David Moyes didn't want to go and buy a striker in the summer. It just wasn't
No.
the striker there that he wanted to buy.
Do you
But
think?
you're right.
Do you
I mean,
think he was close or thinking about Edouard from Celtic, or was there a doubt that he wasn't quite good enough?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think that it took Patrick Vieira maybe to take the gamble on Odsonne Edouard, but I would be very surprised if West Ham don't get a forward player in. I don't think they were particularly looking at Odsonne Edouard in the summer, and what I think now is that they will look to get someone in as backup for Mikel Antonio, and as Ray points out there.
But that's what I mean.
if
He'd have been perfect.
He would have been perfect, but listen, hindsight is a wonderful thing, Alan. And there are lots of players that you look at, you think, right, if this team would have bought him or this team would have bought him, then he would have fit in straight away. I mean, who would have gone for the players that West Ham have bought recently? Nobody. I know that lots of clubs were offered Thomas Souček, and the only club that were interested in signing him were West Ham. And then obviously, Soufal followed off the back of that, and Alex Crowley we haven't really seen much of at West Ham yet. Nikola Vlasic came in the summer again. David Moyes integrating him like he did with Ben Rama last year, very, very slowly into the team. But you can't question the policy of buying players right now for West Ham.
Mr. The boys, are they Pancho? I say Pancho, Stuart, and Davey. Are they looking after you down there when you go down?
Yeah, as much as they can. I mean, this is very difficult at the moment with all the Premier League protocols, and you can't really get to see too much of the manager. I mean, actually, whenever I go there, David Moyes and Billy McKinley sit right behind me, so I normally have a little bit of a chat with them. But things are just going so well right now. It's been a terrific week. I mean, so to win in the Europa League, so 9 points out of 9, no goals conceded. Then to follow that up with the first win post-Europe, which obviously was a big one against Spurs, and then to follow that by beating Manchester City. I mean, not many teams in one campaign in a cup competition beat Manchester United and Manchester City. I'm just hoping that whoever makes the draw at 10:30 on Saturday, whether it's Fenners or Jimmy Bullard on Soccer AM, please try and avoid, if possible, West Ham having to play Liverpool or Chelsea. I mean, I think West Ham have deserved a relatively, in inverted commas, straightforward tie in the quarterfinals, because so far they've had to do it massively the hard way.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.